Stephen Vincent Benet's story of a boy and his fiddle at a great Georgia fiddlers contest. I was born in the mountains, lonesome born, raised running ragged through the cockleburrs and corn. Never knew my pappy, maybe never should. Think he was a fiddle made of mountain laurel wood. Never had a mammy to teach me pretty please. Think she was a fiddler skipping through the trees. Never had a brother nor a whole pair of pants. But when I start to fiddle, you gotta start to dance. Listen to my fiddle, kingdom come, kingdom come. Hear the frogs chunking, jug-a-rum, jug-a-rum. Hear that mountain whippoorwill be lonesome in the air. And I'll tell you how I traveled to the Essex County Fair. Now, Essex County has a mighty pretty fair. All the smarty fiddlers from the South come there. Elbows flying while they're rosin up the bow for the first prize contest in the Georgia Fiddlers Show. Big Tom Sargent with his blue walleye. Little Jimmy Wheezin, what can make a fiddle cry? Old Dan Whelan with his whiskers in his ears. Kingpin fiddler for nearly 20 years. Everybody sitting around spitting high and strutting proud, tuning, while the judges tell the crowd. Then that gets the mostest claps wins the bestest prize. Well, everybody's waiting for the first twiddle-dee when in comes a stumbling hillbilly me. I bowed right pretty to the judges and the rest, and I took a silver dollar from a hole inside my vest, and I said, "There's my calling card, and anyone that whips me, well, he's got to fiddle hard." Big Tom Sargent, he was laughing fit to holler. Little Jimmy Wheezin cried, "There's one dead dollar." But I tucked my little whippoorwill spang underneath my chin, and I petted it, and I tuned it, till the judges said begin. Now, Big Tom Sargent was first in line. He could fiddle all the bugs off a sweet potato vine. Fiddle down a possum from a mile-high tree. You could fiddle up a whale from the bottom of the sea. You could hear the hands a-spanking till they spanked each other raw when he finished variations on the turkey and the straw. Little Jimmy Wheezin was the next to play. He could fiddle all night, he could fiddle all day, he could fiddle chills, he could fiddle fever, he could make a fiddle rustle like a lowland river. He could make a fiddle croon like a loving woman, and they clapped like thunder when he finished drumming. Well, then come the ruck of the bobtail fiddlers, the let's go easy and the fairly middlers. They got their claps and they lost the bicker, and they settled back down for some more corn liquor, and the crowd was tired of the no-count squealing when out in the center stepped old Dan Whelan. He fiddled with a cherrywood bow. Old Dan Whelan's got bee honey in his strings. He fiddled here, he fiddled there, he fiddled salvation everywhere. He fiddled north, he fiddled south, he fiddled the heart right out of your mouth. He fiddled loud and he fiddled still. And then he tried the whippoorwill. And when he finished, the crowd cut loose. Oh, whippoorwill, fly home to your nest. And I sat there wondering, what's the use? Whippoorwill, just rain on your breast. But I took my fiddle and my bow and my shoulder, so and it wasn't no crowd to get me phased. But I was alone where I was raised. Up in the mountains so still it makes you scared, where God lies sleeping in his great white beard. And I heard the sound of the squirrel in the pine, and I heard the earth a-breathing through the long night time. And I thought they fiddle loud and they fiddle still, but they haven't fiddled that whippoorwill. They fiddle sinful and they fiddle moral, but they haven't fiddled that brushwood laurel. So I started off with a dump diddle dump, bells broke loose in Georgia. Skunk caps run by the bee gum stump, bells broke loose in Georgia. Georgia booze is mighty fine booze, the best you ever poured you, but it eats the soles right off your shoes. All hell's broke loose in Georgia. Sing to the mountains, little whippoorwill, sing to the valley and slap 'em with a hill. For I'm strutting high as an eagle's quill, and all hell's broke loose in Georgia. Well, there wasn't a sound when I quit bowing. Poor mountain whippoorwill. But somewhere or other the dawn was growing. Oh, mountain whippoorwill. And I thought you were a good hillbilly, but you've been bossed. Here you've fiddled all night, and still you've lost. So I went to congratulate old man Dan when he put his fiddle into my hand. And then the noise of the crowd began, and all hell broke loose in Georgia.